What's up, guys? Kasem here, and today we're going to be talking about 3 underground SEO metrics. So, underground meaning, they're not like the most mainstream metric used by every SEO out there. Of course, they are. A lot of these are still used by a lot of SEOs, so don't get me wrong on that end. But let's get right into it. First off, I want to talk about referring domains. So this is the most mainstream, as I say, as we all say, of the 3. However, it is often overlooked and not used correctly. So basically what I mean is people put like minimums like 10 referring domains for their PBNs, and they don't use any that are under that, or if it's over that, if it's like 20, then they'll say, oh my god, this is 2 times more powerful than a site with 10 referring domains, and that's just not the case. So I'll get more into that in a minute, but like I was just saying, referring domains alone is very inaccurate. It can be a good gauge of power, except at the same time it can't be. It's kind of you need to use different metrics and combine them to get a great picture. You can't just have one metric and figure everything out about a domain through one metric. So that's why I'm talking about 3 here. But let's move on to organic traffic. So organic traffic is probably the most important of the 3 metrics. Of course, it's kind of a bold statement because referring domains are very important. You don't want one referring domain and have like 100 organic traffic and say, oh, this is great, because that's not always the case. So one referring domain is going to be pretty weak. You still want some link juice. So basically it just shows you how much Google thinks of the site as an authority. If a site has 5 visitors a month from Google, or organic traffic is 5 a month, then it's going to be less of an authority than a site that has 1,000 organic visitors a month. So that's where that comes in. And then lastly here, we're looking at pages indexed. So how many pages are indexed of the site in Google's index. Of course, talking about Google here. So this is probably the most underground of the 3 metrics I'm showing you today, and it's usually a positive sign, meaning more pages indexed usually equals that the site is trustworthy and it's authoritative. But again, this is not always the case. It's not black and white, guys. It really usually isn't with SEO. So take it with a grain of salt. But I'm going to show you how to kind of compound these and use them all together, as well as some other ones you can use. There's obviously the ones like trust flow, citation flow if you want, DA, DR, which is the one domain rating from Ahrefs. So there's other metrics that you can use, but these are the ones that kind of show from Google and in terms of pages indexed and organic traffic. And then referring domains is just in terms of how many referring domains does the site have. But without further ado, let's go and take a look actually at an example here. So we're looking at Forbes in Forbes.com in Majestic. Obviously, trust flow, citation flows are metrics, right? I found that I don't look at trust flow and citation flow too much anymore, because I use these underground metrics, as well as looking at Ahrefs domain rating and stuff. But anyway, that's another topic for another day. Let's look at the referring domains here. So Majestic is telling us has over 500,000 referring domains. So just looking at 500,000, you don't know if it's a good site, because it could have 500,000 spammy referring domains. So that's why you want to go in and you want to look at the backlinks. We're not going to do it here because we all know Forbes is an authoritative site. There's no debating that. But you want to look at the backlinks, make sure like the anchor text don't have Viagra or all those nasty stuff. But that's referring domains, right? And then let's go to SEMrush here for organic traffic. You can use SEMrush. You can also use Ahrefs. Ahrefs usually shows more data, I found recently, but that could change after this video. So just use SEMrush is great as well. I mean, they all show you data. Ahrefs or SEMrush both show you data. So right here it's telling us 32.1 million. So of course that's huge. That's insane. So it justifies the 500,000 referring domains, because if it had 500,000 referring domains and the organic traffic was like 500 or 1,000, that would be really sketchy and fishy, because it doesn't add up. So that's why you want to make sure it's kind of the ratio is kind of, even, where if you have a ton of referring domains, you want a ton of organic traffic. So that's kind of just common sense at that point. There's no set ratio that I look at, but it's just like if there's something outrageous, like 100 referring domains, and then the site has 50,000 organic traffic, then that's probably a sign that there's some links hidden or something, because there's something fishy there. It doesn't add up. Now, looking at pages indexed, all you have to do is do site colon and then whatever the domain name is. So in this case, Forbes.com. So we're searching that, and you can see 1.6 million, over 1.6 million results in Google. So that's the last result. That's the last metric that we had to look at for this. And you can tell, getting a link from Forbes is amazing. Would be huge to get from them. So you can do this, and you can replicate this strategy to look at niche relevant blogs you want links on, or finding PBNs, auction domains. Can be replicated with all that stuff. Even looking at your own sites and seeing what your own money sites show you. That don't just think out of the box. Don't think black and white with this. You can use this multiple ways. So use it as you will. I hope you learned something new from this. But before I go, I do want to invite you guys to join me on a webinar that I'm going to be doing actually this Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Going to be doing this webinar where I talk to you and I actually show you over the shoulder how I've gone about and made a pretty darn ninja, nasty, sexy, that wasn't the right word, but amazing, at least in my opinion, link building strategy that has just done amazing for me. And as you did with this video, I hope you learned something from that webinar. If you do decide to join me, I'm not going to be recording that, so you want to join me live. It's going to be some valuable stuff, like I always do, and I really don't want you to miss that. If you don't want yourself to miss that, because you're going to be saving a lot of time. I've found with this strategy that I've ranked a lot faster than I did in the past. So saving time is huge, and I invite you to join that. So you can just click on the link. Should have a link on the video here as well. If not, if you can't see that, then just click on the link in the description, and you can join me on that webinar Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you're there, because if not, you're going to be missing out on the amazing party and goodie bag that I'm going to be giving everyone through the laptop screen. I'm going to be giving everyone a goodie bag with some Kit Kat bars. If you don't like Kit Kat bars, you're going to be getting nothing, because I love Kit Kat bars. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and see you in the next one.